What exactly is retro gaming? Simply put, it's playing video games from a previous era. These are the classics, games your parents or even grandparents might have played. They first appeared on chunky TVs and in noisy arcades with blocky graphics and bold colors. Retro games are the childhood of the video game industry, born from creativity and technological limits. Developers had to focus on one thing, making the game fun. No cinematic cutscenes or stunning visuals, just solid, addictive gameplay. That's what defines retro games, pure, rewarding challenge. For some, retro means the 8-bit and 16-bit eras, think NES and Sega Genesis. For others, it includes early 3D games from the late 90s like PlayStation and Nintendo 64. The definition keeps shifting as time passes. What's modern today becomes retro tomorrow. Retro gaming is more than playing old software, it's connecting with the past. Like listening to a classic record or watching a black and white film, it's a window into gaming's roots. It's about appreciating the foundation of modern gaming. And it's a celebration of the pixelated worlds that sparked our imaginations. Retro gaming is filled with legendary consoles and unforgettable games. The Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, arrived in the mid-80s and revived the video game industry. It brought the arcade home and introduced icons like Mario and Zelda. Super Mario Bros. Wasn't just a game, it was a cultural phenomenon setting the standard for platformers. The Legend of Zelda offered vast worlds and secrets, proving games could be epic adventures. The 90s brought the console wars, Nintendo versus Sega. The Sega Genesis, with its cool attitude and Sonic the Hedgehog, challenged Nintendo's dominance. Sonic was all about speed and momentum, a fresh take on platforming. This rivalry pushed both companies to create classics. Super Nintendo's Super Metroid and A Link to the Past, Sega's Streets of Rage 2. The 16-bit era is often called the golden age of 2D gaming. Technology allowed for beautiful pixel art and complex gameplay, but the focus stayed on tight controls and design. These consoles didn't just sell games, they built empires of imagination. Their influence is still felt in gaming today. The classics from this era remain touchstones for players and developers alike. Retro gaming is a tribute to these titans and the worlds they created. How do people play these classics now? Some hunt for original hardware, NES, Genesis, Atari, at flea markets and online. There's a special magic in using the original controller and cartridges. But old tech can be expensive and unreliable. That's where emulation comes in. Software that lets you play old games on modern devices. Emulators make thousands of classics accessible on a single laptop or phone. Game companies have also joined in, offering retro libraries on modern consoles like the Nintendo Switch. You can buy ports or remasters of classics like Sonic or Final Fantasy X on digital platforms. Sometimes companies go further and remake games from the ground up, blending old stories with modern polish. Whether you're collecting cartridges, downloading digital copies, or playing remakes, retro gaming has never been more accessible. The past is always within reach. Every method offers a way to experience gaming history. There's a retro option for every kind of player. The classics are just waiting to be played. Nostalgia is a huge force behind retro gaming's appeal. For many, these games are time machines. Playing them brings back childhood memories. The music, the graphics, the sounds, they're tied to moments of joy and discovery. Old games were companions on rainy days and sparked playground conversations. Booting up a classic is like flipping through a photo album of your youth. Nostalgia also bridges generations. Parents introduce their kids to the games they loved, creating new memories together. It's a shared language, jumping barrels, collecting bananas, and beating high scores. Retro games offer comfort in a fast-changing world. The rules of Pac-Man or the first level of Mario never change. That predictability is soothing, a stable anchor in modern life. These games remind us that simple joys endure. They're a link to the past and a way to share it with the future. Nostalgia isn't just about looking back, it's about connecting together. Retro gaming keeps those memories alive. Retro games attract players with their simplicity. That doesn't mean they're easy, many are famously tough, but their rules are clear. In Space Invaders, you shoot aliens. In Tetris, you make lines with falling blocks. No long tutorials, no complex menus, just pick up and play. This instant accessibility is a big part of their charm. Modern games can feel overwhelming, but retro games offer quick, satisfying experiences. Anyone can join in, no matter their skill level. Simplicity forced developers to be creative. Every element had to count. Tight controls and balanced challenges kept players coming back. Retro games are a lesson in brilliant design, focused, uncluttered, and pure. The experience is a direct test of skill and reflexes. Victory feels earned, not bought or handed out. Mastering patterns and timing is the key. That raw sense of accomplishment is powerful. Retro games deliver it better than almost anything else. Let's face it, many retro games are hard. Arcade games were designed to eat quarters, and that tough design carried over to home consoles. Titles like Battletoads and Ninja Gaiden are legendary for their challenge. Limited lives, no checkpoints, and no hand-holding, just pure skill. Beating a tough retro game is a badge of honor. It's a true test of perseverance and mastery. The satisfaction of finally beating a tough boss is unmatched. But is old-school difficulty really harder, or just different? Modern games have complex controls. Retro games demand perfect timing and pattern recognition. The challenge is about precision, not complexity. This approach can be refreshing for players seeking a real test. Retro games demand your full attention. No multitasking allowed. For some, that's frustrating. For others, it's exactly what they want. The unforgiving nature of retro games is part of their identity. It's why they still command respect from dedicated players, and it's a big reason why retro gaming endures. Retro gaming isn't a solo pursuit, it's a thriving community. In the past, it was friends gathered around an arcade cabinet or sharing a controller at home. Today, the community is global, connected online through forums, social media, and streaming. Fans share memories, tips, and gameplay videos, keeping the spirit alive. Speedrunning is a huge part of this scene. Players race to beat games as fast as possible, turning old titles into competitive sports. Events like Games Done Quick raise millions for charity and showcase incredible skill. Real-world conventions and expos bring fans together to play, trade, and celebrate. You can meet developers, attend panels, and relive the classics on original hardware. These gatherings prove retro gaming is about more than just games. It's about the people, the stories, and the shared passion. The community keeps retro gaming vibrant and alive. Together, they ensure the classics are never forgotten. Retro games are the building blocks of modern gaming. Their ideas, health bars, world maps, inventory systems, still shape today's titles. Indie developers inspired by NES and SNES classics create new games with retro flair. Shovel Knight and Celeste are love letters to the past, blending pixel art and tight gameplay with modern storytelling. These games don't just copy, they evolve the classics. Pixel art and skill-based gameplay remain timeless. The indie revolution is fueled by retro inspiration. Even blockbuster games owe a debt to their ancestors. Mechanics from Space Invaders and Zelda echo in today's hits. Playing retro games deepens our appreciation for modern ones. We see how ideas have grown and changed. The blueprints of fun drawn decades ago still guide developers. Retro gaming is a living legacy, shaping the future of play. Why does retro gaming matter in a world of VR and photorealistic graphics? These games are our history, a vital part of cultural heritage. Preserving them is like preserving classic films or music. Playing them keeps their spirit alive and honors decades of creativity. Each session with Chrono Trigger or Donkey Kong connects us to a legacy of innovation. Retro gaming offers something for everyone: quick fun, deep challenge, nostalgia, and history. It's a universe of experiences, from frantic arcades to epic RPGs. There's always a new old game to discover. We should celebrate these classics, share them, and support the communities that keep them alive. Retro gaming isn't about living in the past, it's about understanding how the past shapes our present and future. These games are more than code or pixels, they're shared memories and brilliant designs. The adventure never truly ends. All you have to do is press start to continue. Retro gaming is here to stay.